Ghost in the Castle. Edinburgh Castle, Edinburgh, Scotland. Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland since the 15th century, with existence dated as far back as 12th century, is considered one of the oldest cities in the world. It is known for its historic cobbled street and architectural beauty. However, it is not only known for these pleasant things, it is also considered as the most haunted city in the whole of Europe, all thanks to the unnatural events that take place in several spots like the Edinburgh Castle, which is reputed to be one of the most haunted spots in Scotland. On various occasions, visitors to the castle have reported a phantom piper, a headless drummer, the spirits of French prisoners from the 7 Years' War and colonial prisoners from the American Revolutionary War, even the ghost of a dog wandering in a grounds dog cemetery. What made Edinburgh Castle hotspot for restless spirits of the dead? Why are there so many unexplained events at the castle? Stay with me as I tell you about the ghost that chose the Edinburgh Castle as their abode. But before we get into that, you are on Daily Horror. Here we bring you gravest of horrors that lurk around in our world, most of which are around you and you don't even have an idea. So, if you are thrilled by terror and consider yourself brave enough to face any dreadful situation, subscribe and turn on your notification to get notified anytime we put up a new video. Looking at the Edinburgh Castle from a distance, it is a beauty to behold. The way the walls of the castle seamlessly blended with rock upon which it was built will make anyone want to see the inside of the castle. But on getting inside, it's different from the impression given by the walls outside. So, how did the castle become the lair of ghosts? The castle, which is almost as old as the city, was built for the purpose of fortifying the city from the enemy's attacks. It is sitting pretty at the end of the famous Edinburgh Road, the Royal Mile. The castle was first used as a settlement around 850 AD, then becoming a royal residence in the 12th century, and it was used as military base in 17th century to hold off the English soldier. Definitely, the castle has seen its fair share of death, battles, torture and executions over the years, and could be reasons for their ghosts to be roaming the walls in the castle. One of Edinburgh Castle's most famous ghost stories concerns a young bagpiper who disappeared without a trace. Several hundred years ago, some secret tunnels were found beneath Edinburgh Castle, leading towards Holyrood Palace, the place of the British monarch in Scotland at the time. It was located at the bottom of the Royal Mile. As the opening to the tunnel was so small, a young boy was sent down with his bagpipes to investigate. He played the pipes loudly and walked through the tunnel, so people above ground could work out where the tunnel went. The sounds of the pipes stopped abruptly when they reached the Tron Kirk, a former principal parish church located on the Royal Mile. Although search parties were sent to find the boy, he was never seen again. With the piper presumed dead, the tunnel was blocked up, but many people still report hearing the faint, ghostly sound of underground bagpipes to this day. Others have allegedly heard the sound of drums around Edinburgh Castle, with a few visitors even claiming they caught a glimpse of a headless drummer boy. Though no one knows exactly who the boy is, it is assumed that he was beheaded. His ghost was first seen in 1650, and it is said that whenever he is sighted, the castle will be attacked. It was reported that after he was sighted, Oliver Cromwell and his army attacked Edinburgh Castle. Fortunately, no one has sighted him since then. I hope no one ever sights him. Another ghost that purportedly haunts this enormous castle is that of a prisoner whose name is unknown but was named as the Dung Prisoner because, well, he chose to die with the dung. Edinburgh Castle, like most castles, has dungeons where prisoners were frequently beaten, tortured, and sometimes perished. The dungeons here at Edinburgh are haunted by the ghosts of those who either spent time here or died within the dungeon's walls. Colored orbs and strange clouds of mist are regularly photographed by visitors. One desperate prisoner chose to hide in a dung barrel, thinking that no one will be willing to search for him in there, and hoped to be carried out of the castle down the Royal Mile and escape to freedom. However, this prisoner did not anticipate the method the castle staff used to dispose of the dung. Shockingly for him, he died when the barrel was emptied down the rocky slopes of the castle, sending him to his death. Tourists have claimed that his ghost tried to push them from the battlement, and the strong and unpleasant smell of dung follows. Definitely a ghost to look out for while touring the castle. Probably the saddest case of the castle's ghost was that of people who were accused of being witches. They were imprisoned, tortured, and executed mostly from wrong accusations. Around 300 alleged witches were imprisoned and tortured in the Tool Booth and at Edinburgh Castle before being executed on Castle Hill. The most famous witch was Lady Janet Douglas of Glamis, who was accused of witchcraft and conspiring to kill King James V. Her servants had been tortured into confessing her guilt, and in 1537 she was burnt alive at the stake, with her young son first to watch. Visitors to the castle have reported seeing the ghostly figure of Lady Janet roaming the halls and weeping. There have also been stories of a hollow knocking sound heard at night, attributed to ghostly workmen building the platform on which she was burned. In 2001, as part of the Edinburgh International Science Festival, Dr. Richard Wiseman, a psychologist from Hertfordshire University in southeast England, enlisted the help of 240 volunteers chosen from visitors from around the world to explore the allegedly haunted sites in a 10-day study. The volunteers were led in groups of 10 through the creepy, damp cellars, chambers, and vaults. Wiseman's team came prepared with an array of high-tech ghost-busting equipment such as thermal imagers, geomagnetic sensors, temperature probes, night vision equipment, and digital cameras. Wiseman tried to be as scientific as possible about the study. The volunteers were not told which particular cells or vaults had previous claims of strange activity. They were taken to locations with a reputation for being haunted, as well as red herring that had no history of activity at all. Yet, the highest numbers of paranormal experiences by the volunteers were reported to take place in the very areas that did have the haunted reputations. Reported experiences included sudden drops in temperature, seeing shadowy figures, a feeling of being watched. One person reported a burning sensation on the arm, and unseen presence touching the face, the feeling of something tugging at clothes. One reported sighting was of a spectre in a leather apron, a ghost that has been seen before at the same location. Wiseman, a skeptic who has in the past attempted to expose the myths of the several British haunting, admitted his surprise at the results. Listening to the tales of the haunted Edinburgh Castle is not enough unless you pay a visit yourself. Do you think you have what it takes to visit the castle? Are you bold enough to check out the dungeons? Have you been there? Tell us your experience in the comment section. We always welcome them. Don't forget to like and share this video. Till next time, stay spooked. Coming up in the next episode, we go from castle to palace. Get ready for the palace ghost, the forbidden city in Beijing. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notification so you won't miss out on the next exciting episode.